G'day guys, meet up number 5, Slady Creek, Creswick. Let's see if we can get onto a bit of gold. Hopefully the wet weather stays away. Hopefully we've got a good amount of flow and hopefully we can get a bit of gold. Alright, you'll be seeing me in the creek, or if something interesting happens on the way there, then you might get a bit of footage. Until then, I'll see you in the creek. Alright guys, I've made it down to the creek. This is upstream from where I was last time. I was down there last time. So I tested all the way along here and got some reasonable colour here, so that's what I'm going to try. Got my sluice set up right here, beautiful place for it. Don't have a heap of angle, but I'll adjust that as I go. Got my little seat here so I can sit down. I brought some buckets down. Now, these buckets are a bastard to carry, but I got this strap, so I got about 7 buckets, so I'll slowly dig some buckets and take a seat and feed the sluice. Alright, I better get into this and see if I can get onto a bit of gold by the time Mohammed gets here. I'm showing him at least something. Today, also, haven't done this for a little while, but I'm running the grizzly, or my little grizzly that I made up. It's just a barbecue grate. And I've got my indicator mat on there, which is the V-mat, held down with some clamps that have got magnets on them. So I'll give that a go. And I'm going to put a rock just to hold that grizzly in place. I should really make something up, but because I'm not, you know, it's just, as I said, a barbecue grate. I don't want to start cutting this loose and putting little grooves in to hold it in place. I could probably easily do it, but for now, till I get something a bit stronger and see if I can take it for a little while, and then, you know, make modifications to the gap that I've got in there and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'll get into this and hopefully show you some colour soon. Alright, one bucket down. And one little bit of gold. Now, that's all that was actually caught in me V-mat. So I'm hoping there's some more in the actual sluice. But we'll wait and see. So I've done one bucket there, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try a different area, see what comes out of that, and just try a few different spots, see what happens. Might get one spot that's a bit better than the other, and then yeah, see if I can get a better result with this second bucket. Just do a bucket at a time, hopefully get a good result, and get onto a spot where, you know, there might be a bit more colour. Alright, I better get back into this and do my second bucket. Okay guys, what I've done, second bucket, same spot, I've just gone deeper. So, as you remember the first bucket, I got one speck, or one little bit of gold. This bit, there's 3 there, and there's another one just here. So 4 little bits. So next bucket, I will go down deeper again and see if that speck count improves. Just get this so I can suck all this gold up. There. Do the next bucket, see what happens. As I said, this is only what's in the indicator mat. You know, I'm pulling it out, you know, as it's flowing. I'm not like lifting the sluice out. I'm just taking the indicator mat off slowly, as carefully as I can. The cells are clearing out beautifully, as you can see. You know, you get a few flat rocks that get stuck in there, but I'm not worried about that. You can see all the black in those cells, so all the heavies are there. So I'm hoping if I'm losing anything when I rip that V-mat out, it's dropping in those cells. Alright, next bucket, let's see what happens. Alright guys, so should be able to tell just there, a little bit of mucky. That's where I'm working. So I'll show you down the creek. So inside bend there, inside bend here, and this is all the inside bend here. So I'm just starting at the start of it. So I'm just been digging in there. I did 4 buckets. And now I'm at my next 4 buckets. My last bucket, I didn't show it. I had Walkabout prospecting turn up. He's just up the creek up this way, doing some tests up there. I hit this layer here. It's like a clay, orangey muck. Got my best spec count. As I said, my spec count that I'm talking about is from the indicator mat. What I'm going to do now is run 4 more buckets. I'm not even going to check the indicator mat. I'm going to give me sluice a clean out. So that'll be 8 of these buckets. As you can see, they're not overflowing. So it's probably about, I don't know, they're 11 litre buckets, so you know, 80 litres you could say, so I know 4 20 litre buckets, and I'll give the sluice a clean out, and let's see what sort of colour I'm getting. Hopefully it's not all getting caught in the indicator mat. Yeah, Walkabout Prospecting's just dropped off these 2 pans here. I might give one of them a go. We'll see, just to see how they work. Never used one of those. So I might give that a go. Still waiting on Mohammed to turn up. Should be here pretty soon, I reckon. Alright, I'll run these 4 buckets, give it a clean out, and show you the colour I've got so far with the 8 buckets. Okay, I've run those other buckets. And I'll just show you what I thought I'd do first, is just show you. That's the gold that I've got in the V-mat. There's it floating away. I'll suck that up in that snuffer bottle. I've got a couple of snuffer bottles. Always got to come prepared just in case you lose one. So what I'll call my snuffer bottle in the V-mat is this dirtier one. Cleaner one's going to be here for the mat itself. Just letting that flow through, and I'll see what we reveal. Alright, got the sluice out, and just had a little bit of a play with this little mini gold claw. So that's the gold from the sluice. I've probably lost a little bit from just not knowing how to use this thing properly, but it's in that pan, so I'll pan that out and suck it all up, and won't play around with this too much. Yeah, so a little bit of gold. Alright guys, so done the first clean out after 8 buckets. So what I'm doing is just along this edge here, which is the inside bend before the gravel bar there. I'm just working all that material just in the creek itself. So what I'm going to do, rather than bore you with every single bucket, what I'll do is I'll do 4 buckets, pull the V-mat out, and show you any colour if I'm getting any. So my thinking is that if I work all along this inside, I should get a bit of gold. Mohammed's turned up, he's just up here, and just up around the corner is Walkabout prospecting. So yeah, I'll get these buckets through and see what happens. Okay, done those 4 buckets, and I'll just show you the colour I got. There's a bit there, a few more bits there, a few more bits up there. That's just from that V-mat. So Mohammed wanted to see my gold, so I've put all the first 8 buckets in this snuffer bottle with the black sand and stuff. I'll now do the same thing, and just to compare, I haven't gone down as deep, but I've just worked along that bank, so I'm hoping this next 4 buckets is a better result, but we'll see what happens. Alright guys, I haven't cleaned up. I've just chucked it in the bucket, all the cons from the next 8 buckets. Yeah, so I'll probably do a few videos today. I'll probably end this one here, and I'll do another video showing all the gold. Alright, till the next one, I'll catch you all later.